All right, so we are back. We are back. I'm excited. I'm going to be doing it with deposit. Last time I was just talking so much that I didn't get an opportunity to actually show you guys not only how to do the deposit, but the fact that I did do the deposit. Um, Also, it's very important to be aware if you are a team leader, right? Then you need to make sure that the account, or at least whatever your referral account is, has an active deposit within the system, or you will not. I repeat, you will not receive any type of transactions referrals. So just be aware of that. But this thing's kicking off to a good week. Okay, it's kicking off to a good week so far. Payments have happened. We're gonna walk through the contract. We're gonna walk through a little bit on um, discovering things that you as an investor should probably know going into this space, right? Especially when it comes to smart contracts. Um, I want to educate you guys today. I want to smoke some weed. I want to deposit. I want to make some money. Um, you know, I want to get down and dirty, as I say, right? Um, so yeah, let's get started, shall we? So going into this contract, I want to first and foremost do a deposit. Once we do the deposit, then we're going to go ahead and look at the contract. We'll try to find our actual deposit within the smart contract, because one of the things about having a smart contract is the fact that it's transparent. A lot of people invest in these things; they have no idea what they're doing. So, first thing first, let's talk about it. This particular smart contract is on the BNB Binance chain. So, not to school you on any type of tokenomics, but if you do have, let's just say hypothetically speaking, MetaMask, if you have MetaMask connected to, let's say, Google Chrome, or whatever you're working with, then make sure that you apply or add the USDT stable token, and then once you have your BNB in there, convert uh, a good 99% of that into USDT. Make sure to leave a little bit left over for BNB, because it does take a little bit of BNB to send out your USDT. Just for your newbies out there. Don't ask me why. That's just how shit's run around here. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I have about $100 available. I'm going to go ahead and approve that. What's happening right now, because you're not seeing it for privacy reasons, it's opening up my wallet and is asking if I would like to essentially, invest. But it's asking me, saying, okay, set a spending cap for your USDT. I can basically enter that amount and then hit next, which is the amount of what the transaction is. I'll hit next. My BNB transaction fee is about 5 cents. I'll go ahead and approve that. And again, I'm working with a wallet that is connected straight to the computer. This is something, oh, do you see? Approved success. But again, I'm working with a wallet that is not a cold wallet. So be aware when you do connect your your dApps, your shit to these infrastructures. Try not to connect it to an account that has a lot of money in it. Only put in what you can afford to lose, but only put in that specific amount in, because I've seen bad instances where people gotten hacked and all of a sudden their whole crypto portfolio is gone. So only use any type of MetaMask, any type of smart contract situation. Only use the wallet for temporary use. That's just me looking out for you in the long run. But anyways, I have just put $100 in the system. I'm going to refresh it and see if there's any other updates here. All right, so currently total investment. So there's 130,000 invested into this bad boy. That's crazy. So someone invested a lot of money into this. That's crazy. All right, so I just approved that. So let me go ahead and now make the deposit. So once you approve the transaction, you actually have to deposit. Now I'm actually going to make a deposit. Click on deposit there. Boom, there it is. It's asking me to do my transaction, confirm it. I'm going to do so. Send also the BNB to do that. And boom, available. Boom, and it's going ahead and actually depositing. So we're good. And this ecosystem and in a lot of ecosystems in the metaverse out here, you have two things. One, approval of the transaction that you're about to deposit, and that's like essentially a confirmation transaction. And then furthermore, to actually deposit it. That's just so you're not confused. So that way you don't think after doing an approval, you got the money in the system, and the next thing you know it never was there to begin with. So now when I look down, I see your investment is now at $100 USDT. And the returns each month on this will be 24.8% a month. And the returns each day is 0.8%, which is one death. The max weekly return is going to be 10.5%. And this is like essentially an earnings calculator that you can use if you wanted to see what you'll be at for the month, for the week, etc., or if it wants to go ahead and do the compound. But with that being said, like I told you before, I wanted to give you guys an insight on the actual smart contract itself, to see if I can kind of, first of all, see if I can see my own transaction, see if I can see my own, money in their smart contract. Now, usually, I've seen it usually where they have information, usually in their white paper, that details where the smart contract literally is. I'm literally doing this off of just, off of just not even having this prepared or anything. But there's got to be somewhere where we can find it. Let's go ahead and scroll out real quick so I can get a better understanding. All right, so we got pull 1, pull 2, we got the home, we got the white paper. Let's go out of this contract here, and let's sign out. Okay, I got it. So sign out, sign back in. So I don't see the contract link yet, but does not mean it's not in the actual white paper here. So we got audit, contract. Here we go, contract. See, this is called do your due diligence. So boom, contracts. Here we are. So this is pool 1, and pool 2 contract is right here. So usually you could just copy that. Oh, actually, you can click on that and it goes right to it. Boom. Yeah, perfect. All right. So I just put in $100. So if you're in this BSC scan, you go to your BEP right there, 20 tonics, and you can see 2 minutes ago, $100 right there. So I did find my transaction right there 2 minutes ago. That's me. Boom. So that's in. Okay, so you can see who's taking out, who's going in. A lot of people so far just gone in. No one's really taken out. I mean, a few people have taken out 17 days ago, but 14 days ago, but boom. And this also, it's just actually, let's have this conversation, because me and my wife talk about this sometimes when we're going to dine at our restaurant. And she tells me, she's like, you know how you can tell the best restaurants in town is when there's people lined up, literally awaiting, literally awaiting to be fed. And so I would say, look at the smart contract sometimes like that, which means that, for me, for example, I have deposited $100 into this ecosystem today. There was another deposit of 4 days ago, and then there was some more deposits that happened 14 days ago. And this will tell you it all, like literally from 28 days ago on forth, and. It looks like from the token that currently is at $2,477 from the 0.8 side. The 1.5 side, however, has $50,000. Which means, by the way, these are two separate contracts, ladies and gentlemen. Two separate contracts doing two separate things. So don't think that if there's inconsistencies. And speaking of inconsistencies, let's discuss on how you can even find these inconsistencies and how you can even find if it's gonna have any type of weird code in it. So give you guys a little bit of some game here. So in here, you'll see this button that says contract. Okay, contracts. Boom. This is the contract. Now within the contract itself, this is the $50,000 one actually. If I go to contract the other one, that's the $2,000 one. All right. So not a lot of people are investing into this one. A lot of other people are going ham with the other one though, which is cool. However, I can actually probably locate the contract itself and do a self audit because of what's technology these days. I want you to see how far we can take this thing with it. So if you're in tokenomics, creator, boom, 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 contract, right there, read contract, right there, and then you have write contract. So the code, which is right here, search code. I'm trying to teach you guys a little bit, okay? So the contract name was pool ERC, compiler version of this, basically whatever the fuck that is. But essentially, this is the code right here, okay? This is the code. It was built in Solidity, okay? So what I would do, boom, look at that. So this is the code, contract source code, boom. Copy that code, guys. Go to something like Chat GTP, right? Use AI to our benefits. Go to GTP4 if you have it. If you don't, get it. It's $25. It's worth your while. It's like having a personal auditor and say, I want you to take the persona, okay? I want you to take the persona of a, let's see here, of a expert, Solidity code expert, coder, and review the following smart contract for a chance of the owners or developers to rug. Here is the code. So, boom. There's the what they consider the prompt. I want you to take the persona of an expert Solidity coder and review the following smart contract for a chance of the owners or developers to rug pull it. Here's the code. I'll say code pull it. You are to look for any type of red flags. Then report to me why it is a red flag if you find any. All right, let's see how far AI can take us, guys. We're gonna literally take that prompt, paste our code now, and hit send, and see if it gives us something here. Here we go. All right, here we go. It says, and I'll make this bigger so we all can see it, so we all be on the same page. All right, give it a second. It's still typing out shit. This is good though. This is how we do our due diligence in this world. Hold on one second. All right, so we just got the results back. Here we go. The smart contract you provided seemed generally well structured, but there are a few potential red flags and areas of concern that I want to highlight. So let's go over them because this is literally like having your own personal assistant in your back pocket. One, let's go over it. All right, ownership. The contract ownership is defined in the ownable. Contract is hard coded in the contract constructed to a fixed address. This may not be a risk itself, but it's worth knowing who has the contract control. The owner has several privileges, including pausing, unpausing, deposits, and withdrawals starting the pool, and receiving early withdrawal fees. They also have the capability of transfer contract ownership. Okay, so this means that whoever owns the contract has the power to sell this contract to somebody. To say if they have like 100,000 in the TVL, and the guy's like, "Hey, I got 100K in the TVL, so I'll sell this thing for 150K. It's growing rapidly." You know, like selling a company. I'm not sure if that's ethically right or wrong. I'm just giving you guys the outline of what this is able to do. Um, so they're saying, again, this may not be a risk itself, but it's worth knowing who has the contract control. The owner has several privileges. That means pausing and unpausing deposits and withdrawals. So the owner can pause your withdrawals from coming out. And at the same time, the owner can send that contract to somebody else. And that's something that you guys as investors need to be aware of. Second thing, centralized control. As mentioned above, the contract owner has a lot of control over the operations of the contract. This is generally not advisable for decentralized applications and introduces a trust requirement. This isn't inherently bad, but users of the contract should be aware of the power. So again, centralized control. It has a centralized control within the contract. 3, early withdrawal fees. The contract imposes a fee for withdrawals made before stipulated time, 45 days. The fee goes to the contract owner. This fee is 500. This fee is 500. Presumably is basis points, so 5%. So early withdrawals and reduces to 101% after the early withdrawal time. Then it says 4, forced partnering in the deposit function. Each new deposit is required to set a partner, which appears to be a form of a referral. It's not clear what the implications of this are from contract code provided, which means basically, I think that's saying if you don't put a deposit in, you just simply are not able to have a referral. You can't just open this up and then send your referral link out and get commissions. You have to be an active participant within the actual ecosystem. So the start and pause mechanics. The control contract has the start and pause mechanics. Start, pause, deposits, unpause, controlled by the owner. This means the owner can halt certain functions which can potentially halt users' interactions with the contract. Again, it's not rug proof. It's literally telling us that the owner has the ability to stop at all time, anytime. The contract lacks a complete withdrawal function. While users can withdraw part of their stake, there doesn't seem to appear to be a withdrawal of unclaimed rewards without compounding them back to the state. Users should be aware of this. So let's read this. Let's read this again. Hold on. This is getting interesting. All right. While users can withdraw part of their stake, there doesn't appear to be a way to withdraw unclaimed rewards without compounding them back into the stake. Users should be aware of this. Okay? Simple as that. 7, manual reward calculation and updates reward distribution is not automatic and requires the user to manually call compound rewards function to claim rewards. This is not a big red flag, but users should be aware of this as well. Manual rewards functions and updates. Reward distribution is not automatic and requires users to manually call the compound rewards function in order to get it. So that's something that you need to be aware of. If you have a referral coming in, you're not going to get the referral unless you log in and you actually compound a reward. While the contract has some issues that may not fully align with the philosophy of decentralization, it doesn't contain any obvious rug pull mechanics. However, the concentration of power with the contract owner does increase the potential risk to the users. So be sure to thoroughly investigate the contract and entity and control the owner's address before interacting with it. Okay, so that right there is how you do a real audit when it comes to specifically, quote unquote, doing your due diligence in this ecosystem we have called Delta Ventures. So I placed $100 in the system. I can afford to lose it. I can afford to gain it. And that's why I like for you guys to be aware of all of this good stuff before you get involved with this DeFi shenanigans. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll see you on the other side. And make sure you like, subscribe, hit the post notification button, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions down in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining today. This is DeltaVentures.io. I put a deposit in. I'm going to see if this thing has the power to moon.